Hey friends, welcome to the Johnson City Living Podcast, where we learn about the people, places, events, and flavors that make Johnson City just a lovely place to live. I'm your host, Colin Johnson, with the Colin and Carly Group and Keller Williams Realty. If you're interested in buying or selling a home in the area, or if you're looking at investing in a rental property, give us a call at 423-930-8003, and we will look forward to helping you. Now, let's get to today's episode. Hey friends, welcome back to the Johnson City Living Podcast. We are so excited to introduce my new friend, Wes Spurgeon, with Tipton Haynes Historic Site. Welcome to the podcast, Wes.
Thank you for having me.
Have you done a lot of podcast interviews?
I have not.
Well, that's cool. I haven't either. But we'll figure it out together.
There you go.
Yeah. So, Tipton Haynes, for folks who don't know what Tipton Haynes is, what can you tell us a little bit about it?
So we have 11 historic buildings on the site. We have a natural cave and a natural spring as well. We have the only remaining part of a buffalo trace on the site as well.
Nice.
Our history spans from over thousands of years ago, all the way up till 1962. And there's so much history that is involved that you just have to come out to see it.
Yeah, it's super cool. I had the pleasure of going there on field trips as a kid, and it's awesome. It's awesome. All right, I digress. First, what's Johnson City Living Podcast? What's the one thing you love most about Johnson City? And you can't say Tipton Haynes.
Well, I mean, this is just an area I grew up in, so it's just familiar to me.
Yeah, it's a great spot. Yeah, we got a lot of folks that say the mountains and the people, and that it just makes it awesome.
Yes,
it makes it awesome. Okay, so what were some significant events that happened at Tipton Haynes to make it, last this long as a historic site here in our area?
So one significant thing with our cave, they actually found a tooth, which it traced back to a dire wolf, which if you've been recently studying the dire wolf,
I haven't.
they've actually brought it back from extinction.
What?
So it went extinct for over 10,000 years ago, and they have recently brought it back using DNA. So that's one neat fact about our site is
Mitch, it sounds like it's Jurassic Park, baby.
Yeah.
Are we going to have pteranodons and all kinds of stuff growing again, you think?
Maybe.
Or maybe it's already happening on some island and we don't even know about it.
Yeah, there you go.
So a dire wolf. Tell us a little bit about the dire wolf. I know nothing about this thing.
So it's nothing what you would think on TV. So they've actually have different things on TV shows about the dire wolf.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like that. So a dire wolf was actually pretty slow because they had short legs, so they couldn't really hunt.
Okay.
So they were actually scavengers.
Huh.
So their jaws were actually very powerful and can chew everything up, bone and all. And that is one thing why they think it went extinct is because it couldn't hunt for its food.
I gotcha. Or maybe they all got bones stuck in their throat like you're not supposed to feed a dog chicken.
Could also be too.
Could be. So what are, like, when people come to Tipton Haynes, one, tell our listeners where it's located in Johnson City.
So our address is 2620 South Roan Street.
Yeah.
So we're just on the outskirts of downtown Johnson City.
Yep.
And when you come and visit our site, you could either take a guided tour or a self-guided tour. So if you take a self-guided tour, you can walk the site at your own leisure. You can go through the museum exhibit. Now, if you take a guided tour, though, we'll actually take you inside of the buildings and actually tell you more in-depth history of the site.
Yeah, it's super cool. The guides, from what I remember, this has been a little while, but it was really, really fun. Yeah. Now we'll come back to Tipton Haynes, but tell us where did you grow up? You grew up in this area, right?
So I grew up in Piney Flats.
I love Piney Flats.
Yeah. I went to Sullivan East High School there. Eventually, I went down to Tusculum College, which is now Tusculum University.
Okay.
And then after graduating there with a history degree, I hired on at Tipton Haynes in 2009. But to make ends meet, I actually became a full-time firefighter in Kingsport.
I was going to say, I knew you had a dual career. That's got to be kind of challenging, right?
It can be at times. So I'll work a 24-hour shift in Kingsport, and then when I get off there, I'll immediately go and work at Tipton Haynes for another 6-7 hours, and then finally get to go home.
That's a lot. You got a family?
I do. I have a wife, and I have a daughter who's 10 years old.
Super. That's awesome. All right. So, are you one of those guys who likes to dress up and play war?
I do. I do reenact. I do
Oh,
Civil War
that's the fancy way
reenacting.
of saying
There
it.
you go. We do put on the old time garb,
Yeah.
and we'll actually be doing that this weekend.
Okay.
We have a reenactment at Tipton Haynes on Saturday.
That'd be cool. Can the public come see that?
Yes, it is free to the public as well.
Just watch out for musket shots.
Oh, we'll have muskets. We'll actually have people in World War One, World War II gear, Revolutionary War. So you can see all the different timeline of military.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I want to know who gets to draw the straws to be like, oh, I got to be the general this time. Or who? Nope, you're an infantry man. You're going out front and getting shot real fast. You got to lay on the ground all day.
So each group will actually vote on their officers.
Okay.
Much like in the 1700s, you would vote your officer, and that's still what we do today.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I had no idea. Is reenactment kind of a big thing around here?
It is unfortunately a dying breed. Back in the mid 1900s, reenacting, especially Civil War reenacting for this area, was very popular and very big. It is slowly waning, though.
What do you attribute that to?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if
Video
it's a
games.
cultural thing, of video games. People don't want to get out and do something involved with history.
Right.
A lot of people think history's not exciting.
Right. It's all old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got any ideas on how to re-spark the interest in history around our area and kind of reinvigorate the reenactment movement?
Well, you're talking about field trips. I think getting kids out to the site and letting them actually see it and experience it themselves, he'll actually bring it to life, and maybe that will spark a little bit back into it.
How many schools come? Because I was thinking it was one of those where everybody in all the kids in Johnson City would be there at some point or another.
No.
Really?
But now we did have a school field trip today.
Okay.
But we get about 25 or so schools that come out on field trip throughout the year.
Okay. Yeah, and then we have a big homeschool movement in our area too. I would think a lot of those guys would come out as well.
Yes, we're actually seeing more of those come out now.
Yeah, because I think they like to get really engrossed in the history of it and kind of the experience. Right?
Yeah.
So,
well, and it helps them actually be able to teach what they are teaching at home a lot easier.
Yeah. Tell us about do you have any special programs or outreach programs through Tipton Haynes that help out the schools and that kind of thing? Or
so not that many outreach programs. We do have some activity boxes that we can send out if we have the availability to do that, though.
Cool. Now, are there ghosts on the property of Tipton?
Yes, we have had many of interactions and paranormal activities with the ghosts. We've actually used to do paranormal investigations with a local paranormal group called the SRS Paranormal.
Is that the one you run, Mitch? Are you on part of that? Yeah, he's definitely a part of that one. So have you personally seen anything like that's been like, look?
Yes, I've had several different experiences.
And how does that make you feel, Wes?
Well, when I first worked there, I didn't believe in it. I was a little bit curious about it because of the TV shows. And then they started coming out and doing investigations, and I've joined in and learned from them and actually have experienced with them.
So would you mind sharing kind of what you experienced on there?
There was one time we were in one of our cabins from the mid 1800s. We were all inside. Nobody else was on the property. And all you hear outside of the cabin on the porch is you hear a female scream at the top of her lungs. And we all rush outside and there's nothing there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Be freaky.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
What else has happened? That's just wild.
People have seen various apparitions, men in military uniforms, women in white dresses walking around inside of the historic house, smelling different smells, cold chills, and the list goes on and on.
Oh, wow. That's wild. That kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm just kind of like,
you should experience it though.
Well, yeah, maybe. So speaking of that, do you guys do some stuff now that, I mean, Friday's Halloween,
Hmm.
and do you guys have some sort of ghost tour there, or do you guys kind of do anything around those things now, or? No?
This year we're not, but hopefully next year we'll get that back. Like I said, we used to have the SRS Paranormal come out and do that. Unfortunately, this year we were not able to do that.
Yeah. I bet that's got to be pretty cool. Um, why do you feel like people are drawn to the paranormal, and then does that draw them to Tipton Haynes specifically at times?
We've had a few people come, and that's been a top question of theirs. I just think TV shows have really sparked that,
Yeah.
getting people to go to historic sites and maybe get their own experience. But it's actually been around for hundreds of years. I mean, Abraham Lincoln's wife was actually into the paranormal greatly. She held seances in the White House itself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a little scary too. What are some of the top, like, all right, let's say Mitch and I decide to go to Tipton Haynes. We're going to go on our own little field trip. What are the top 3 things we should see or do while we're there?
So take a guided tour. That
Okay.
way you actually get to go inside of our historic homes.
Mm-hmm.
Go through our museum exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
That way you actually get a complete history of the site and actually see some artifacts that have been found at the site. And then obviously going down to the cave, exploring our small limestone cave is a must, no matter what age you are.
That's cool. I remember, and I don't want to bring in a competing site, but Rocky Mount was really fun. We'd make candles and
Yeah.
cornbread and that kind of stuff. Do you guys do that as well?
Yeah. We made candles today with our school field trip.
How fun is that?
It is.
What's your favorite thing to do at Tipton?
Honestly, researching for me. I enjoy researching, giving guided tours, just talking about the site in general, is a favorite thing.
Yeah, you just love it. I can see your eyes are lighting up. You're smiling. You're like, this place is special to you.
It is. I mean, I've been there since 2009, so I feel like the Tipton and the Haynes families are pretty much my family now.
That's super cool. Yeah, that's super cool. What do you see in the future for the site, or if you could script it out, what would you want to see happen?
Well, hopefully we continue to grow.
Right.
Over the past 10 years, our visitation has grown exponentially by a few thousand. Hopefully we continue to do that, and hopefully we continue to have more educational opportunities with programs and events.
Yeah. What are some upcoming events that you guys have?
So again, this Saturday we have a Walk in Their Boots. It's an outside organization doing a multi-air timeline event. And then in early December, in the first weekend, we'll do our Christmas special. So we'll actually have the house decorated and lit up in candles and the fireplaces going. So that way you can walk through and experience 17 and 1800s Christmas.
Then do you guys have stuff planned for next year?
We do. We're starting on that. Come February will be our biggest event, which is Maple Syrup Festival.
Ooh.
So we actually tap our own trees, make our own maple syrup, and then we actually have a pancake breakfast to go with it.
Dude, you have to send me a text on that. That sounds great.
Definitely.
My wife, Carly, loves maple syrup.
But yeah, we actually have a local farm out of Afton, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And they'll actually come and sell their own maple syrup.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. How can our area get involved in helping you with Tipton Haynes? Are there volunteering options and obviously financial support potentially?
Yeah, both of those. So I was actually talking about this today with our school field trip. The age of volunteerism is slowly falling too. So getting people out to actually help us with those programs, school field trips, and just daily site maintenance and tours that we need to do. So coming out and helping with volunteering, and then obviously financial help is a must. We are owned by the state of Tennessee.
Okay.
But a nonprofit, we actually run the day-to-day operations for the site.
Gotcha.
So we actually come up with half of our yearly financial budget.
Okay. And then is the other half like off ticket sales? And
it comes from the state of Tennessee.
Oh, just comes from the state.
Yes.
That's cool. Until they shut down or something and we don't get funding.
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. Yeah. Luckily, Tennessee knows what they're doing. They can keep it running. So you've got a lot going on. You're a firefighter in Kingsport.
Yes.
And then also here, what are some fun things you and your family like to do in the area when you're not a firefighter or at the site?
Well, we enjoy nature, so we like taking trails. My wife loves a waterfall, so anytime she can see a
Yeah.
waterfall, we'll go do that. And then we always, every year, like to take a big family vacation. This
Okay.
this past year, we went out to Colorado and Utah.
Okay. Now, when you go on those, are you just always hitting some sort of historic sites and
No, I'm the history lover; they are not.
they're like, yeah, no, Dad,
So
we're done with it.
every now and then, I'll drag them to a history site, and sometimes they'll enjoy it, sometimes they won't. But we mainly hit the national park.
Gotcha. Now, what are some of the other parks you love in our area that our listeners, when they're coming to Johnson City or thinking about it, would need to put on their bucket list to check out?
Well, I mean, any of our history sites around here. So going to Rocky Mountain, as you said, would be a good one.
Yeah.
Sycamore Shoals and Elizabethton's good. Chester Inn, which is in Jonesboro,
Mm-hmm.
that's another good one. Our area here actually has a lot of history that a lot of times gets overlooked.
Yeah. Do you mind giving us a brief little breakdown of kind of the history of the area and how Tipton Haynes got together, and then why is our area has so much history behind it?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you go to Sycamore Shoals, you're going to get the early part of our history there. So you actually had several different little early settlements in the 1770s that started happening, like the Wataugans. And then they actually make a fort, which is Fort Watauga over there.
Okay.
So you actually see the replica of it over there. And then our John Tipton, he actually moves down after the Revolutionary War,
Okay.
and he's the one that actually first settles our site.
Nice.
He hears about this area from his half brother, Jonathan Tipton, who is a part of the Wataugans that actually goes and fight at Kings Mountain. And then when John Tipton moves down here, this area is actually under North Carolina rule. So we were at one point under North Carolina, and then you had the formation of the state of Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can get that by going to Jonesboro. There's a replica of the state capitol of that down in Greenville that you can go see as well. So our John Tipton actually sided against the state of Franklin, and he actually stayed loyal with North Carolina.
Okay.
There was a small battle that was fought on our property
Oh, wow.
between the state of Franklin militia and North Carolina militia. Eventually,
I guess the
after
state of Franklin guys won.
actually the North Carolina one.
Really?
Yeah. So that was John Severe's only military loss.
Okay.
He was the governor of the state of Franklin
Yeah.
at the time. So he loses that battle, actually gets arrested, but he gets pardoned by the state of North Carolina, and then eventually becomes the first governor of the state of Tennessee.
Ah.
And our John Tipton helped write the first constitution for the state under John Severe.
That's cool.
So they were enemies at one point, and then they eventually began to work together to form the state of Tennessee. And then our John Tipton Jr. lived there next after his father died in 1813. He was a multi-term state legislature. Before moving there, he actually lived in Blountville.
Okay.
You can go still see his house today that he built over there, but it is a private residence today. But just right down the road from it is another historic building called the Dairy Inn that you can go see down there.
That's cool.
And I would advise if you can ever get in there, it is a beautiful inn in there, and it's got a lot of historic artifacts to go visit there. And it'll tell you about the early part of this area, because that was an inn that many people traveled up and down that road in front of it. And there were several presidents that stayed there. Just like in Chester Inn, you can go see where they stayed when they traveled this area.
That's cool.
And then our Landon Carter Haynes lived at our site during the 1840s to the 1860s, and he became a Confederate senator. So he was at odds with another local hero around here called Andrew Johnson.
Uh-huh.
And you can go visit his house in Greenville.
Yeah.
And so when he became a Confederate senator, Johnson stayed loyal with the North and then eventually became the vice president of Abraham Lincoln and would eventually pardon Haynes after the war.
Oh, wow.
And at one point, Johnson City was actually called Haynesville.
I knew that.
In honor of our Landon Carter Haynes.
Oh, wow. Now, Haynes take over the property from the Tiptons, or how did that work?
Yeah, so his father actually bought it
Okay.
in 1837 and then gave it to him in 1839 as a wedding gift. Landon inherited as a gift a home and 200 acres.
Oh, wow.
Yes, very nice gift, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yes. So,
That's super cool. And then are there any of the Tiptons and Hayneses still running around our area that you know of?
the Tipton, yes, they are in all 50 states.
Okay.
They actually have a family organization that still does an annual reunion every year. They recently did one not far away in Cades Cove.
Oh, wow.
There's another Tipton cabin there. So if you know anybody who has the last name Tipton, they are related to our Tiptons.
That's cool.
There's no question about it. They are related.
And my buddy Olin Haynes is not one of the Haynes.
So he would be related, but not directly to our Landon Carter Haynes. So after the Civil War, our Landon Carter Haynes actually moves to Memphis, and his family, they basically disperse out west, and they never come back to this area.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think history is pretty cool. And when you go to a site like yours and you're a kid, I remember it comes alive, right?
It does.
And that's what really kind of cements it. And I think that's what differentiates, the good history teachers from the bad. They bring it to life for you.
Yes.
You remember it. But just walking the land, seeing where they did their daily activities and how good we have it nowadays.
Definitely.
It's crazy, the difference, and I think it brings some appreciation that we probably take a lot of stuff for granted, especially the kids today, right? I mean, it's just it's a whole different world we live in.
It is.
Yeah. Well, what else can we talk about about Tipton Haynes that we haven't covered yet? Anything?
Well, our site also not only has those historic buildings that you can go to, but we also still have our small cemetery that you can visit as well. So it is the Tipton Gifford Cemetery. So you can see where our John Tipton is buried. But then you can see and learn about two other historic families in this area. So the Gifford family, there was a gentleman by the name of Lawson Gifford who actually used to own a newspaper in Jonesboro called the Tennessee Sentinel.
Okay.
And he actually married Landon Carter Haynes' sister. And then his daughter actually bought our property in 1882. And the Simmerly family lived in our house all the way to 1962. So we have a very long-ranging history.
Yeah, that's super cool. And then in 62, what happened? Where did they just give up they were tired of it? And
well, actually, the state of Tennessee bought the home in 1944.
Okay.
There were two Simmerly brothers. They never married, never had any children. So they sold the home to the state with life rights.
Okay.
So once they died,
there, right?
then the home finally went to the state, and they died within a week of each other.
Holy cow!
I know.
Crazy. I think it's interesting how that always works out. So are you ready for the lightning round of just local stuff for us? Where do you guys live? Are you Johnson City people or?
I live in Greene County in Chuckey.
I don't know if you know how the roads work. Like,
well, my wife is a teacher in Greene County.
Okay.
So
that
we live
sense.
Closer to her work.
I got it.
And then I do my triangle to Kingsport, Johnson City. And
I was going to say, you're driving a ton, bro.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, should you ever want to move, I know a guy myself that could help you move up here, and we could help her get a job here in Johnson City.
Hey, there you go.
Make life a little easier, save you some of the windshield
gas
money and windshield time. But this gives you plenty of opportunities to listen to our awesome podcast when you're driving.
There you go.
Okay, so what's your and your wife's date night place you guys like to go? And this will be good too because you may have some Greenville stuff that we can bring you.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of good restaurants that we like to go to down in Greenville.
Yeah.
There's Nova's.
Okay.
So
I've never heard of it. Yeah.
If you like Asian food.
Yeah.
And good sushi.
Yeah.
So Nova's is down there.
Okay.
If you like Mexican, we'll go to Casa Guerrera. It's down there.
Love it. Okay. What's your daughter's favorite place to go eat?
Nova's.
She's a sushi kind of guy.
She don't do sushi. They have this steak teriyaki that she enjoys.
She just loves it. Okay. Yeah. That's cool. What's your, are you a coffee connoisseur?
I do not drink coffee at all.
Well, okay. Does your wife drink coffee? Favorite coffee shop in the area? But you're not one.
I have no clue.
No clue.
No
all right.
clue.
So let's go to pizza. What's your favorite pizza joint?
Honestly,
you don't know.
You're
not a pizza guy either.
I mean, I like Marco's Pizza.
Okay.
But,
those are good.
Main Street Pizza's good too.
It is. burger joint? What's your favorite place to go get a burger?
I don't really go out.
You don't eat much
I
else, which
don't.
is that. So
Uh,
that's a good thing. You're probably
yes.
eating really healthy at home, and so yeah.
Yes.
All right? So what's your all? You said you like to hike, so let's go to hiking. What is your favorite hiking spot?
So Marguerite Falls. If you've
Marguerite
ever-
Falls. I have Marguerite.
It is out at the mountain.
Okay.
So it's a nice drive to get out there. Then it's a even better hike. You're in nature the whole time.
How long is the hike?
It's not very long.
Okay.
It's a little over a mile.
That's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay. And then any other fun hobbies that you have besides hiking and going to Novus?
Well, I do reenacting, but also my father and I, we actually just got back from vacation, and it was our 20th year doing it. I've been dragging him to historic sites throughout the country for 20 years now. We just came back from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the government shut down, so we didn't get to see Independence Hall or the Liberty Bell because it's closed.
That's crazy.
But we got to do other stuff. So
Yeah.
I got to go to the Betsy Ross house.
What's your favorite place you've been with your dad?
Antietam Battlefield.
Antietam Battlefield. Okay.
So it is a Civil War battlefield that was fought on September 17th, 1862, and it is the bloodiest single-day battle in all of U.S. history.
Where is Antietam?
So it is in Maryland.
Okay.
Just basically a shot straight up 81.
Yeah.
Close
to D.C.
It's more closer to Winchester, Virginia.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. And so your dad, he's not the history buff, but he goes with you?
He was not, but he slowly is. He's slowly
breaking him down.
I am.
Another 20 years, he'll be a big fan.
Maybe I can do this to my wife too.
There you go.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, what's the one thing you love most about living in our area?
Well, I mean, the people. If you need anything, somebody is always there to help you.
Yeah.
Whether you're their friend or not, or distant relative. I mean, most of us are all related around here.
Yeah.
Or somebody who's related to somebody.
Yeah.
So they're always here to help you.
Yeah. It is definitely the people that make our area great.
Yeah.
And it's nice to meet great people like you. How can our listeners connect with you?
Just come visit me at Tipton Haynes.
There you go.
Glad to give you a tour.
That's probably a better way to meet you than as a firefighter.
It is most definitely a better way.
We don't want you to, don't call him. I mean, if you have to call him.
Yeah. But, always there to help you if you need me there, but I'd rather see you at Tipton Haynes.
Yeah. Well, we would, hopefully we will run into you at Tipton Haynes. Does Tipton Haynes have a website that our listeners can go to learn more about things that are happening out there?
Yeah, it's tiptonhaynes.org that you can visit us there. We're open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And our last guided tour will start at 2 p.m.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, thank you for what you're doing. It doesn't go unnoticed. I know it probably does from a lot of people who aren't coming out there, but as a fan of Tipton Haynes, from being a kid coming out there, and I drive by it frequently on my routes, just running around looking at houses all over the place with people, but it's a beautiful spot.
Yes, it
is.
And
it takes a ton of work to keep those kind of things up. And so thank you for what you're doing. And we wish you the best. Hopefully this will get you a little more notoriety, and we can, if you're listening, go visit Tipton Haynes. It's super cool. The paranormal stuff's a little freaky, but the other, but I think you're definitely going to be safe hanging out there, and and then make some candles while you're out there.
Yeah, there you go.
And get a guided tour, because they make it so special. And so, thank you, Wes, for coming on. It's been a pleasure meeting you guys. Yes. And thank you for you all listening today. And just reach out to Wes. He seems like a great guy. He loves history. If you want to get into reenacting, if you want to learn more about history, I feel like he's just full of knowledge. And so he's like an encyclopedia for our area, I'm sure. And so, hopefully you guys enjoyed our conversation. Until next time, I'm Colin Johnson with the Colin and Carly Group. If you want to move here, you need help with real estate, anything, just give me a call, reach out, click on the link below. We would love to help you however we can, and talk to you soon.